welcome back to the channel and welcome to Vlogmas episode 24. It's Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve to everyone. I hope you guys are having an awesome day and getting the Christmas festivities off to a good start. We're already starting the eating in my family and it's already going full force, so I hope you guys are doing the same. We are doing Vlogmas with a twist here on this channel. I'm sure you guys know this already, but just quickly, we are doing a different Disney tip for traveling to Disney parks around the world every single day between December 1st and December 25th, and we only have 2 tips left to go. Today we're going to be talking about something which I think can be applied to any Disney park, and we're going to be talking about how to keep your significant other or person that you're going along to a Disney park with entertained, who may not be so into going to Disney parks as you. So let's go. Now, like so many people, the person I go to Disney parks most with is my significant other, Liam, my boyfriend. Actually, he's not the person who's in most of my Disney videos on this channel. I think I've gone with my brother a couple of times and a lot of times I've travelled alone, but generally he is the person I go with. And he actually only started really travelling to Disney parks after we started going out. And I'm quite lucky that he likes going so much, but it isn't a passion for him as it is for me. And I think so many people are in that same situation where they're taking somebody along who's interested in going to Disney parks but doesn't have that kind of raw passion that some of us have. So if you are one of those people, sometimes you do feel a little bit guilty. I know what it's like. You feel guilty that you're kind of dragging this person along, and are they really going to like it, and are you just going to feel wretched the whole time? In this video we're going to talk about a few tips or a few things that I've done with people who haven't been so into Disney as I have to sort of keep them entertained and get them excited or keep them enthused about the whole day. And I hope you guys will find this useful if you're in the situation where you're going along with somebody who isn't as excited as you are. And if you're on the same level of Disney excitement as me, let's be honest, most people aren't going to be as excited as us. But in any case, hopefully they'll be after they go the first time. But yeah, anyway, let's go with the tips. So let's go. Now, my first tip is actually a bit of a weird one. We all know that Disney puts maps at the front of so many of its parks, and they're actually very, very easy to understand maps and help you get around the park quite easily. I tend to find that lots of people that aren't so into going to Disney parks really like to have control of the map. I don't really know why. I think it gives them something to do and something for them to feel like they're involved in it with you. And if you're anything like me, you walk into a Disney park and even if you've not been to that Disney park before, you'll know the general layout. Like, you know, Tomorrowland or Discoveryland or whatever it's going to be is going to be at the right hand side of the castle. Castle's going to be in middle, Main Street or Main Street equivalent's going to be in front of it, and then you've got all the Piratesy, Frontierland, Adventureland stuff on the left hand side, unless you're in Shanghai Disney and they're switched around. But generally you know how things work. So giving a map to somebody who doesn't usually go to the Disney parks, and definitely somebody who likes gaming or sort of those kind of things, would love to just have a map and say, cool, okay, I get it, these are the shortest routes for us to get from this ride to the other ride, and they sort of like to see everything right in front of them. I also find that they love to download the app and look at the wait times on that app so they can find out what the shortest routes are for things as well. It just gets them straight involved in the experience rather than following you around like a bit of a sheep and getting really kind of lost and confused about some stuff. If they have the maps and the times all in front of them, they feel instantly like they're more involved. If I go with somebody who's not so enthused about going to Disney parks, I'll let them have a map and we'll have control of the ride times, and we all talk about all the things that we want to do and make sure that everybody's on board before we go do them. Now let's talk food. People may not be as enthused about Disney stuff and therefore some of the rides might be a little bit lost on them, but everybody is enthusiastic about food and you can find some fantastic food at Disney parks. So if you look into some of the places that have the best restaurants or some of the best snacks that you can get at Disney parks, the person who's coming along with you is sure to get enthused about trying something delicious when they are there. Hopefully they like some Disney stuff, but if not, you can always fall back to food. If the person that you're going with does like rides, you're in luck. But my next tip is going to be something which is really hard for a lot of people to get, and that is the sort of high-tech, future-y, forward rides versus the nostalgic rides, and I've got a few good examples here. For instance, those of us who've been going to Disney parks for ages really love things like Peter Pan's Flight, or lots of people like Peter Pan's Flight. I know there's some vloggers who I watch who particularly don't like it, but lots of us like Peter Pan's Flight, lots of us like Dumbo, those kind of rides, because they're super nostalgic for us. We remember going on them when we were little and so many years since then. But to people who are going to Disney parks fresh, those kind of rides might feel a little bit dated. Peter Pan is very short, especially for the amount of time that you wait to ride it, and Dumbo, I love the ride, it's super cute, but you do just go round and round and up and down and then just go back, you know, down, and it's short and that's it. So for some people who are coming sort of to a Disney park for the first time, they're wanting that sort of big tech ride experience. Those rides aren't really going to do it for them. So my recommendation here is to find the rides with the big tech, with the new stuff, with the sort of long ride times. So things like the Winnie the Pooh ride in Tokyo Disneyland, the Ratatouille ride in Disneyland Paris, where they have those trackless ride technologies. They're absolutely fantastic. And also things like Big Thunder Mountain or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Big Thunder Mountain's had an update in loads of parks around the world recently, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is super new. Also Buzz Lightyear tends to be a good hit with sort of new people coming to Disney parks. Toy Story is, first of all, incredibly popular and very, very universal. So lots of people like it. Secondly, as an interactive ride, some people really get something back from it. So that's another good one to go on. So just if you're taking somebody to the park and you really want them to experience stuff, leaning more towards those tech-heavy, newer stuff will probably rub off better on them than those nostalgic things which really mean something special to you. Now, talking about rides, one of the things that you'll have to do a lot of the rides will be queue. And if people don't go to theme parks or they don't go to Disney Park often, queuing perhaps might not be something that they have to do, at least in those kind of lengths, extremely often. We'd be quite used to it, but they may not like it so much. So another great thing to do is to bring stuff to do in the queues. Now I did a Vlogmas on queue games and things to do within queues. I'll link it somewhere here, but my top tip for this would be something like Heads Up, the game which is on the phone, which I showcase in that video, or some quizzes or some other cool things that you can do in the queue so that time passes really quickly. Now a good tip if you're going to a Disney park and you're traveling quite a long distance to get there and you're taking your significant other or friend who isn't as into Disney as you are, another great tip is to go and experience something else. So go outside of Disney and do something else. So next year, Liam and I are going to Walt Disney World, and I'll be taking a few days out to go to Cape Canaveral. So Liam loves science, and we'll be going to see all of the stuff at Kennedy Space Center. We also both love Harry Potter, so we'll go and spend a day at Universal Studios as well. And I know that he'll really like those things. And so another great thing to do would be to find out what your significant other or friend really enjoys doing, and try and find something outside of the park which might be really special to them. Space shuttles or Harry Potter, special concerts are a really great idea. You may be lucky to hit up a concert at the same time that you're in one of the Disney parks areas. That's great. If you're in Tokyo, there are so many fantastic things, especially if people are into trains or temples or history or any of those things. That would all be fantastic stuff to do in and around Tokyo and whilst you're there visiting Tokyo Disney. So my last tip is a really simple one and quite a cute one as well. It's just to remember to say thanks. This person has spent a whole day going around a Disney park, which perhaps wasn't the first thing that they would have liked to have done on that day. So just remember to say thank you. And it is expensive to go to a Disney park. It is really, really tiring. And if you're not 100% into it, that does take a lot of energy away from you. So if they're coming along with you, they must really, really like you. So just remember to say thanks. That's everything for today. Tomorrow we have got our last Vlogmas. And we're going to be revisiting Tokyo Disney because I want to talk about my favorite unique experiences at Tokyo Disney. And that'll be it for this year's Vlogmas. So I'll see you all tomorrow for that one. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.